A short rapid fire.
Okay.
First is an architect must be the smartest coder in the team.
No.
Once you become an architect, you stop coding.
No.
Architecture is mostly about drawing diagrams.
No. I mean, you can sit in that room in the dark, code throughout the week, but that will not help you to develop that interpersonal skills where you can convince the audience that your design is the better option.
Becoming more like a salesperson.
Every human is a salesperson. You sold your nice coffee to me. You go on a date and then you try to sell yourself that I'm the right partner for you. Yes, we look down at that that role of sales, but we all do that day in, day out.
You cannot be an architect unless you have 15 plus years experience.
Maybe when I was young, yeah.
Yeah, I think we are at the close of the discussion. Maybe we will wind up after a short rapid fire round.
Sure.
It's about breaking the myth against the truth. Again, I will ask you some questions.
Okay.
You can, if it comes quickly in your mind, you can answer. If not, you can take your time, and if you want to maybe explain
It's
a
a
little,
rapid fire, right?
Yeah, it depends
Let's
on
do
you
it
how you want
rapidly,
to
yeah.
take it. Okay. First is an architect must be the smartest coder in the team.
No.
No. Okay. Once you become an architect, you stop coding.
No.
Okay. Architecture is mostly about drawing diagrams.
No.
This is a joke we normally have within engineering that we
See, I think I would say this, that, because you touch upon this point, okay, it's all about storytelling, right?
Yeah.
And as an architect, you are expected to do storytelling, but there's a Chinese saying that a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? Or 5,000 words. Like, so an architect's job is to explain explain the solution design in a way that is best understood by its audience. And you can choose to explain the data lineage or end-to-end use cases or functionality or performance aspects, right? But you should be very good at explaining, and you should be very good at storytelling. And in the world of architect, you're explaining your diagrams, your solutions, right? I think he should be very good at it, but that is not the only job he is doing, right?
So you mean soft skill has to be very strong?
Absolutely.
And I think that is somewhere, I think within India, or I don't know, even across, one way of promoting or at least identifying somebody as an architect is flawed, I feel, where they are more promoting people are good coders who want to maybe move into that direction, but their soft skill is very poor. They are not really good storytellers.
I mean, you can sit in that room in the dark, code throughout the week.
Yeah.
You write the best codes in the world, right? But that will not help you to develop that interpersonal skills where you can convince the audience that your design is the better option, right? How does that happen? Okay, you should know how to put your story. You should know how to tell what are the strengths. You should know how are you aligning your solution to the need. Need is the problem that has come to the table, right? And soft skill plays a major role there, right?
So you are becoming more like a salesperson itself, that you have to sell and build the credibility.
Every human is a salesperson, right? You sold your nice coffee to me, right? I mean, correct. So you go on a date and then you try to sell yourself that I'm the right partner for you, right?
Yeah.
You go in an interview, what are you doing? The
Selling.
company is trying to sell themselves that we are a good organization, and the candidate is also trying to sell that I'm a right fit for your requirement. So there's yes, we look down at that that role of sales, but we all do that day in, day out, right? So in respect, again, it's not about the title, it's about the role, right?
Yeah, that's what maybe it was a rapid fire, but yeah, you had a strong view on it, which is, I think this had to be addressed, which is good. Every system should aim to use microservices.
No.
Okay. You mean monolith can exist?
Depends on the requirement, right?
That's
what
true.
Is the need?
Everyone wants to build a microservice.
Then there's a service-oriented architecture, if you're aware, right? So,
okay. Architects don't need to worry about business goals.
No, they need to.
Okay.
And that's their job, right?
Yeah, that's true.
See, aligning your technical strategies to business goal is one of the critical role that an architect plays. And if you have time, I can elaborate that a bit more, right?
It's more content for me. I won't.
Okay, so let's look at this, right? You need to know where you are. Okay, what are you into? If you are doing automation, then the technology has to align with the business goals. Okay, if you are into transformation, then you need to explore, understand, and exploit technologies and agree that you will do radical changes. Okay, typically automation is for taking care of uh, inefficiencies in the system, productivity, reliability, accuracy. Those are the aspects that automation will solve, right? The transformation, on the other hand, will address things like new revenue model, changing the business, the way business operates, right? You need to understand the technology and say, okay, I need to change my manual process and not just automate it, but change it to adopt these technologies, right? So, can an architect be a blind towards business vision or goals? What you ask me, no,
Yeah.
he cannot, because then what are you, right? I mean, this is the essential job that you are playing, right? And be it digital transformation or be it just automation, right? You should know how to use technologies and what technologies to use. So yeah, answer is no. That's a wrong thing.
Great. I think that was important to ask. You cannot be an architect unless you have 15 plus years experience.
Maybe when I was young, yeah. 10 years back it was yes, but now no, I
No,
don't think
right?
so.
Again, it's the right
See, again,
mindset.
Vish, one aspect that we should also look at it, right? Architects operate at different level, as we touched
Yeah.
briefly, module or system or enterprise architect. But then there are also AWS architects and Azure architects who are very much narrow. Their goal is very much narrowed down to managing the services on the cloud, right? They are also architects, right? But then that they are, and that's why I keep bringing in this terms like solution and design, right? Because a lot of time architects are only referred to people who are managing these things on the cloud, but no, that's not the right thing, right? So I just never limit myself to saying architect. It's also solutioning, it's also designing, right? And I think yeah, experience levels now it's not, you don't need to wait for
Yeah.
15 years.
It's falling under everyone's maybe purview of accountability now. You
As I
should
said, the
also
role
be.
may
Yeah.
there may not be a title, but there will be this role who will be, and maybe all senior developers will be put together doing that role. Who
Yeah.
knows?
True. Architects make all the tech decisions alone.
Alone? No, I think they are here. They are bound to hear it out from everyone. Yeah, they will take the decisions, right? They own the decisions, right? But there's nothing wrong in saying that your decision is better than mine, and I'll go with it, right? Will it be again a final call with an architect? Yes, may not, but it's your work culture, it's your protocols at the office who takes what to decide what,
That's
right?
more the
Oh,
organization how
exactly,
it is structured to, right?
exactly.
Where if let's
Yeah.
say the accountability falls with the team, then architect becomes more like a consultant who can guide you like a chat GPT. These are the options you have.
Exactly. And I think you touch upon a very nice point, right? There are organizations which are heavily driven by architects.
Yeah.
There are organizations where architects office act as a center of competence, which you can reach out to them for clarification, for consulting, but they don't drive engineering. So depends on what an organization wants to be, right? How they want to use the skills and who
Yeah.
they want to drive the product development. Yeah.
So it's more of a both sides.
Yeah.
I don't call it myth or truth. It's actually not out. It can be outside too. Now AI will eventually replace the role of a software architect.
I know some other role will replace the architects, as I said, right? It's not about the title. It's somebody will do that job. AI will be enabler, will present more data, more facts, more options. It should never overwrite your decision. Right?
Yeah, I think everyone is believing that there is a human intervention always required
Exactly.
ultimately. Uh, AI makes architecture decisions better than humans already. Are you seeing it?
As I said, right? the contextual information with AI is less, right? So I will doubt that statement, right?
Okay.
But once AI has all the contextual information, maybe yes, it can become a thing of near future, 3 to 5 years. You will see AI making better architectural decisions than humans, because it's not about technology, it's about the contextual information that you can collect and then present a technology solution. I gave you an example of car,
Yeah.
right? Designing a car, right? On what basis are you designing, right? So there is so much to it, right? So, but yeah, it can in near future.
Yeah, because I was also reading something where architecture is going to become more like a data-driven decision, which let's say AI can make. Again, I don't know how much of it is valid. Let's say you have defined this is the kind of architecture I need, but looking at the data, it can realign, saying, okay, this is not the right fit. Maybe this is what you want. That could be one possibility in the future, right?
For me,
But
again,
again,
I'll fall back to what is the contextual
context
information.
again, yeah. But
Yeah.
will a lot of data not give it the kind of context it needs?
How do AI knows what is my context? In what context I'm asking this question, right?
But business is also about a lot of data which might be flowing, right? Ultimately, that's
Agree,
your
but is that
source
all
of
data?
truth.
Now, again, is business putting all the data on the cloud? No. Business is not putting all the data on the cloud. Actually, it's happening the other way. More and more business are controlling the data that goes to cloud or is accessible to systems which they don't want, right? So I think it will be very challenging for AI, because AI totally works on this data or the knowledge base. If that knowledge or database itself is missed, is taken away, how will AI take decision? Quickly reminding you of Gajni, right? He remembers everything written on the body, but if you remove it, right, it's very difficult for Gajni to decide what to do, right? So
Yeah, makes sense. Uh, you don't need to understand AI to be a good architect. I think it falls back to the same answer you gave. Fundamentals has to be very strong. AI is more
So
augmenting.
if I'm an architect who's designing a chat solution, right, how much AI information should I need to know? I mean, when you say no AI, is it that AI algorithms, mathematics behind AI, or just
It
the
could
AI
be
tool?
tools.
Tools, yes, it's always good to know that.
It's just augmenting
Yes,
and
it's always
supporting.
good to know that.
Yeah. AI makes design reviews obsolete. Maybe I think it's touched upon again.
Yeah,
Soft skills are optional for architects.
no,
We already
we already touched
discussed.
upon that.
It's required. The best way to become an architect is just to focus on system design interviews.
No. System, again, there is two part, right? One is business and second is technology, right? Yes, you can be better with the technology, but again, think what business wants, right? That example I gave you, right? Align your technical. See, I mean, understand this: the profit is the purpose of business, not using the best technology, right? Business never says I want to use best technology. Business says I want a good solution which will optimize my profit, which will increase my top and bottom line, right? Which will increase my market share, right? Whether I'm using an obsolete technology or a latest technology, right? How does it matter to business? I mean, in the world of UI, I mean, technology, are you using Angular or React? How much does it, how much your customer you
They
worry
don't
about it, right?
does not matter.
Yeah, so I think that hypothesis, we have to revisit that, yeah.
Yeah. Last question.
Wow,
I think you covered it already, but yeah, title does not matter, mindset does.
mindset does. Totally
Uh,
agree. And you may hear that maybe 5 years down the line, there are no architect roles, but there's somebody who's doing it.
not with the title, but
Not
some
with the title,
within.
but somebody
Okay.
with it.
It was very fun. I would say it was
Are
fun
we done?
discussion. Yeah.
I thought we just started, right?
It was such a insightful, fun discussion, Abhay. And it's a pleasure hosting you.
Pleasure
I
was mine. Wish came here after long we met, right?
Yeah, and that too. I miss all of the whiteboard sessions that we used to have. It's not happening anymore. It used to be such a, let's say, again, insightful. That's what I said. All of the mentoring indirectly which came to you were
Exactly.
through that. Where I think along with the team, you were there. We were discussing on the board before it became scored.
Exactly.
Word to code. Yeah, that's a good analogy. But yeah, that's that
Yeah.
that's missing, and that I think that should be there. That's where AI cannot replace these kind of maybe interpersonal
Interpersonal
relationships,
discussions.
right?
Yeah.
Which is required to be built. Yeah, but I hope you visit me often in this podcast with your insightful.
I'll be happy to do, and I think it was a Sunday well spent after long, right?
Yeah,
And many things that you asked, right? Even I didn't knew what my answer would be, right? It requires me to think and then understand, okay, how I think about this particular perspective, right? But thanks for all the good questions, Vish. But I think I really enjoyed the show.
and you cannot come prepared for this. That was one of the
Exactly.
reasons
How
I
much can you
changed the
prepare,
whole.
right? Yeah. So I mean, it's all about my thoughts, how I feel about a topic, right? And I think the topic was very apt for today's discussion, right? And AI remains a buzzword, right? We all need to decode this puzzle, how it is going to shape in future, right? But we should be ready for it.
Yeah,
Not getting scared of it, but be ready to use it.
true.
Be it an
Yeah,
email or a code or a diagram, anything AI will do for you.
that's a takeaway for anybody who's watching this.
Yeah.
Big thanks for Niranjan for the behind the scenes support. Thanks for the magic.
Thanks, Niranjan. I hope I look good on your video. Thank you, Niranjan. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.